What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Play Bayonetta. I am Scribe, and this is platforming. Let's see, can I show off this hidden attack real quick? Nah. The problem with Shiraba's hidden attack... Oop, game stuttered. That's weird. Anyway, the problem with Shiraba's hidden attack is that it takes a really long time to charge it up, so I'm not getting really many opportunities to show it off. I think the only time I came close to being able to show you what it is during a loading screen. Because when you have enemies attacking you, there's not much time to charge it up, unfortunately. I'm not sure if you can dodge offset. I'm pretty sure you can't. Because I think you have to be completely still, even though the dodge offset supposedly is supposed to store your attack.
Huh. My lipstick.
Nothing. Damn. What the?
I've often seen a girl without lipstick, but lipstick without a girl? Most curious, isn't it, Cheshire? What's also most curious is how a child like you has kept afloat in this town.
The name is Luca! And don't you think it's a little strange to be worried about my well-being? Sure, the Festival of Resurrection has peaked security. The thing only happens once every 500 years. Can you blame them? Besides, when you look as good as I do, security isn't a problem. But a killer like you, on the other hand, I'm sure you've found a way.
That little girl. I've seen her somewhere.
My dear, sweet child, she is the key to your future. To save yourself, you must also save the girl.
Hey, don't go freaking out on me. We both know you came here for something. But what you don't know is the closer you get, the harder it's gonna be for you to get away from me and what you've done. You'll have to fess up to it all. I can't wait for you to get your hands on whatever it is you're after.
Let me guess, you want a cut? Well, if you're still alive by then, perhaps you can appeal to my generosity.
Still alive? You may be standing right in front of me, but you're definitely not living in reality. Which is a shame, because the truth is always going to be the truth. All I see when I look at you, the real you, is the truth. The truth is, you killed my father. I don't care who believes me. They can't reject the truth. The truth will set me free from your black stain on my life. The truth will allow me to expose you to the world. Then, I'll have won. And I'll do it without stooping to your level. Because I'm not a heartless witch like you. Whoa, whoa! What are you gonna do? Kill me in plain sight? Go ahead. It would only prove everything I've said about you. Well, that and sadden the hearts of a number of young ladies. Claire, and Trish, and Sylvia, and Amy. Oh, you don't want to piss her off, let me tell you. Hell hath no fury. What the?
And we have a lot of references in that cutscene, along with the return of our favorite disembodied voice. Before I go into that, this guy here is Fearless, and his bro is our good old friend, fairness? Yeah. Anyway, so, of course, the markings Bayonetta draws on Luca's face with the lipstick are reminiscent of Amaterasu's symbols in Okami. And the names that Luca lists off, Trish, Amy being short for Amaterasu, of course, are from other Kamiya games. Huh. Actually, thinking about Luca a little bit more. You know what would be ridiculously awesome? A crossover game for Bayonetta and Beyond Good and Evil, where Jade teams up with Luca. That could actually work out pretty decently. Like, Luca's obsession with truth and Beyond Good and Evil's themes regarding truth and propaganda and journalism. They kind of have complementary playstyles. Jade, you know, a little bit more probably combat-oriented, and Luca is zipping around with a grappling hook. That'd be pretty cool. Anyway. So we have dogs with freaking laser beams. I actually like fighting the fairnesses a little bit more than his fiery counterpart, because he seems to attack more predictably and a little bit less often. And shit, I was trying to show off Shiraba's hidden attack again. Like, even if it's not in combat, just show what it does. But instead of wasting time, let's just keep moving forward. Okay, so there's, what, just 4 of these guys here? Okay. Oh no! I was kind of hoping it would correct my trajectory a little bit and maybe lunge me towards something I could hit instead of just plunging me off the cliff. Worked out in my favor that time, though. That guy just took a dive. Took the same dive I took. Oh god, lasers. Wow, I fall off a cliff and everything just starts going poorly. Imagine that. Wait a minute, is this the one I'm supposed to... Oh god, it is. Okay, this was the platform I'm not really supposed to take my time on and just plow through. So, let's do that this time. Just gonna ignore these guys spawning back here. It's not a pretty victory, but it is a victory. And of course we have the Heavenly Manipulator's notebook here. And all this book really gets into is the idea that there used to be relics that the sages and the witches used called Heavenly Manipulators that allowed the witches and the sages to affect how the sun and the moon moved in order to benefit from either the full moon for the witches or the peak of the sunrise for the sages. And while that might seem like an important detail, it's something that we kind of already knew, and the whole thing just feels more like flavor texty. And a lot of the notebooks are just flavor text, but this one in particular feels especially so. Or maybe I'm just missing something with that one. And what I think the Heavenly Manipulator is referring to is this device that we're activating right here to bring the moon out. Yeah, that's what it is. And that's also going to activate this thing up here, which we will be using just in a moment. I think there's a chest that I have to pick up real quick. Oh no, there's the Umbran Tear of Blood over here. Thought there was another chest. So, I am the crow. I can't quite remember what I'm supposed to be doing here. Do I stop and fight? Guess not. Oh, no, okay, I remember. You just plow straight through enemies. If you line up properly, you'll just instant kill. Makes total sense. What do I fight here? This is okay. This is the Grace and Glory fight. Again, these guys aren't too bad to fight. Huh. I wonder if I can find enough time to show Shiraba's hidden attack off during which time. Doesn't seem like I would have enough time there because it's a pretty long charge up. It is 2 charges. It is a little half charge, and then the really cool effect is when you wait another couple seconds before you release it. And you have to be holding the lock-on button down, which if you're playing on the PS3 is the right bumper, or RB. And you just hold that down while standing still and you charge up Shiraba's hidden attack. Just in case you want to know how to do it and I don't get a chance to actually show it off properly. We get rewarded with another broken witch heart. And I think there's another fight here coming up. Yeah. And luckily for Steve Irwin fans out there, me and Mike already exhausted our supply of Stingray jokes during Asura's Wrath. If, however, you're a fan of Stingray killing Steve Irwin jokes, go check Asura's Wrath out. As a matter of fact, go check Asura's Wrath out anyway. It's a pretty good Let's Play. Now, the harmony is I'm not a big fan of, as you might imagine, because I don't get along with flying enemies too well. They're a pain in the ass to hit, and oh god, I might die. There's nothing I hate worse in this game than dying. It takes so long to get through the death animation or the death screen. Love games like Super Meat Boy where you just die and pop right back to the beginning in like an instant. Okay. Gunfire is enough to take down giant magical stingrays. But I am still really, really low on HP, and I know that there's one of those nasty little wind serpent things coming up. Oh, I keep forgetting to point this out. And I meant to at the start of, I think, the chapter. If you notice Bayonetta... Of course I can't see Bayonetta's shadow right now. There we go. If you notice Bayonetta's shadow, it's her shadow is in the shape of a butterfly. And that's taking after Madame Butterfly, who's the very first infernal demon that we really interact with. And thanks to 123 Akatsuki for pointing that out. Because I, for all the times I played through Bayonetta, I've not ever noticed that before. Of course, you obviously have the butterfly wings that come out of her when you do the double jump, but I never noticed the shadow before, so that's a really cool thing. Sorry, I'm taking it really, really slowly here, because I really don't want to die. So... it's not only that I don't want to die, it's also that I know that there is a little ledge here that I have to jump off of to get down to another collectible. I can't remember where that ledge is. So I'm carefully trying to avoid getting hit by this thing while also looking for that ledge, trying to scout that out. Oh god. Okay, I can take one more hit. Unless I have a... Shit, what is it called? The item that saves you from death once. Ooh, luckily I made it all the way down here just for a notebook. There's a chest too. Anyway, this is the witch's tears of blood. So it's said that as the witches were being hunted down in the 15th century, their tears mixed with the bloodshed, and these bloody tears crystallized, and they were carried off, perhaps by the crows that you find in the game, and they were scattered all over the place. And the notebook also states that there's an old legend that says if 100 of these tears are brought together, a great calamity will befall the world. Now, keep in mind there are 101 tears of blood in the game. And when you do collect all of them, all that happens is you get to purchase another accessory called the Climax Brace, which I think I mentioned during the Fortitudo fight. Okay, so you might be wondering why I just cross-faded to this area. Well, no need to worry too much. You've only missed out on me walking straight up the path there to get inside this tower. The other thing you missed was me sparing you the shame of me choking like nobody has ever choked before and getting absolutely wrecked by the enemy here, this Ardor. And after that happened, I quickly switched off the PS3 so it wouldn't save my death, because I didn't want that blemish on my end-of-game record. Unfortunately, that plan was an abject failure, so now I'm just gonna sit here and record the rest of the episode as post-commentary so I can focus. Or, well, so I could have focused anyway. So when I got, I was in the middle of talking about the climax brace. And what all the climax brace does is, well, not all it does, it's pretty significant. While you have it equipped, you can't set any records, but all of your attacks turn into wicked weaves. Also interesting to note is that the in-game description for it actually states that its power is so terrible that both angels and demons mutually agree to never use it under any circumstance. So perhaps that's the calamity they're referring to. More manas here at the top of the tower, and I'm going to talk about something unfortunate that happened, that's going to happen momentarily, though. So there's an Alfheim portal at the bottom of the tower, and I think you'll be able to see it in the distance, like a faint orange dot at the bottom. That Alfheim portal only shows up once you've triggered it, once you've gone a certain distance up the tower after you finish this fight. The problem is, I didn't notice that orange glow until it was way too late. I end up getting turned around here, and I progress too far up the tower, and I get sealed into the bottom floor of the next area. So yeah, here I'm progressing the wrong way up the tower if I want to get to the Alfheim challenge. And I considered just ending the chapter and going back through everything like I've done before when I miss a collectible. But at this point, like, I was just too frustrated. Or not really frustrated, I was not in the mood to go and repeat things. So I just stay here for now. I did go back for it, though, and I do have all the footage from that one Alfheim captured, so I'll just append that on to the end of this chapter. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. So, what I think I'm gonna do is because I have a decent chunk of this chapter left, probably enough for one more episode. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to close out the episode here, and I'll keep doing this post-commentary until we finish this chapter at least. And then I'll append the missing Alfheim onto the end of the next episode, and hopefully everything will be good. Good sunshine, rainbow, happy time. Till then, though, take it easy, folks. Have a good one.